I forgot to mute it because I'd be mumbling around, doing all the stuff I didn't want you guys hearing all of that. Anyway, is Amazon was saying what we do on this show today is respond in real time, right here, right now, to your relationship advice questions. It doesn't have to be a question about a romantic relationship, though. It could be a question about, something dealing with your coworker, your crazy boss, your crazy kids, your baby daddy that you're not even with no more. I mean, it could be a neighbor, whatever it is, a sibling, whatever it is. Interpersonal relationships is what the questions are that I will take tonight. They need to be short though. Don't be writing like multi paragraphs and and then thinking that I'm gonna be sitting here while you type with your 40 words a minute self. Yes, the sound has been fixed, so it should be. My mic is working, so it should be okay. It's just taking the time to catch up, and because there is a delay from what I have brought here versus when you guys get it. I've noticed. Um, So the way this works is you do your uh, $5, make your super chat donation. $5. It could of course be more if you want to give a little extra tip. Then you get your question ready. Like if you have a Word document or something that you can type it out in. I think there's a character limit in here, so you might have to divide it up. But have it ready to go so you can cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. Do not type your question in until your number's called, though, because it'll scroll up. It's just people comment and stuff. It'll scroll up, and then you'll be like, "Well, I already asked my question." I'm like, "Okay, what's that got to do with right now? Your question is like miles back there somewhere. So you need to wait until Lady Boss says, oh, calls your number. And the numbers are assigned in the order in which you make your super set donation. So no, the first person who does theirs is number one. Second is number two. That's like that. That's how we do it. Okay. And a lot of people say they like this because they have, an issue that's bothering them right now. They might need an answer before the weekend because something ready to go down on Friday night, Saturday night, or whatever. They want to make sure they're straight before that happens. So they really appreciate, having the opportunity to get their thoughts out and get, reprogram their minds um, to get ready for whatever's coming. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight on this show. Now, I have three questions to start off with. The people were very shy and they didn't want to do theirs, on the air. So they made what you call it? They paid through PayPal in advance and sit their questions, in that way. So only have three though. So if nobody asks a question, it's going to be a short show because I'm going to go on with my life in this cup. Look, that's how you know somebody's a true wino. They don't even put it in a wine glass. They just put it in whatever their hand touches when they reach in the cabinet. This is one of my favorite coffee mugs. So you guys ready? Let us start with one of these questions. I'm going to start with question number 3. She says, I am a type A personality. I like planning things and knowing things ahead of time. This guy I've been dating for 3 months is great. But because I am a type A personality, I always jump the gun to plan things ahead of time and like to be in control. We're not committed or anything. I like that we're going slow. But I have just realized that if I'm not initiating, I wonder if he will. How do I get him to step up and plan things? I want to choke her. First of all, how is he going to ever have a chance to do anything when you keep steamrolling him? He doesn't even get a chance to miss you or plan anything because you've already done it. You need to sit down and be quiet. Stop it. That's what you need to do. What is this? It's like you have this anxiety that you have to be doing something. Something has to be happening. You have to be making it happen. If you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen. That's the kind of attitude that you have. And that makes it very difficult for a man to relax and think about what he might be feeling about you because you just take over his whole life, the whole relationship and everything. You good he's still dealing with you after 3 months because I would have dumped you. I hate people like that. You can't just let stuff flow. You got to be in control and orchestrating everything like you a conductor. That is a very difficult situation. I mean, and you even admit it. Right here, you say, I always jump the gun to plan things ahead of time and like to be in control like that. You admit it. And then you turn around and ask, well, how do I get them to step up and plan things? Do you understand that you're giving two different messages here? You always do. You want to jump the gun and plan things and be in control, but then you want him to step up. There's no room for him to step up, girlfriend, unless you step down. That's the only way it's gonna happen. So you need to sit down, relax, do some woo-saws or some yoga, or have a drink of wine or something. Exactly. Well, I mean, he don't want to be. See, this is the kind of thing like men have to have an opportunity to fantasize about you, to wonder, to miss you, to think about you, to imagine you. Hey, Robin, she's not giving him a chance to do that. She's just not. Poor thing. So we'll get to question number 2 and 3. But anyway, that's my suggestion, that you just stop. Just sit down, be quiet. Just wait. Take some breaths and just don't do anything. And let him step up. Give him the opportunity, open the door for him to do that. Okay? I saw somebody put a question in here. Oh, Robin, why is it that every black man I date seems to hate me for being successful? I just don't understand it. Any insight, Deb? Well, of course, because they have this, and I mean, any man who has that patriarchal mindset that men are superior to women, and that men are better, and that you need to depend on them, and that they're the leader, and that they're ahead of you and better, and all this stuff, stronger, jump buildings and single bounds, all this stuff. And then you come showing them that that's not true, that there's no dependency here. I don't really need you for anything. I may like you and I may want you, but I don't need you. So that removes a whole element of power that they're used to operating under in their approaches to women. It's like if you hold the purse strings, you hold the power. You come in with a woman, how they say you got to pay the cost to be the boss? Well, you ain't paying the cost because girlfriend got her own and probably got more than you. So what kind of boss can you be in a situation like that? And you got to realize these kind of guys that have that thinking, they don't know how to be a partner. They don't know how to share power. They don't know how to have a woman who is an asset to them and who might even be making more money. They can't wrap their minds around that because to them, money is power. Money is manhood. And being dominant over a woman is manhood. So that's what's going on. And I don't even know if it's not necessarily threatened. That's too strong of a word. That's not really it. Then it's not threatened. What they feel is less. They feel like they're not good enough. They feel like the fantasy they have of a woman being needing them and being dependent on them and looking to them for guidance and information and listening to, hanging on to his every word. And he knows more than her. He's better than her. You blow all that shit out of the water. Every woman who is educated and successful eliminates that from his trick bag. And you got to understand, if a guy hasn't gone through, he doesn't have anything else to go on. He hasn't developed himself in any other kind of way. Then when you come like that and you yank the rug out from under him, he's left reeling because he doesn't know, well, how do I impress this woman who's got as much as more than me? What kind of way is she going to perceive me as a man without those standard things that I've always depended on with women who were less than me? It throws them for a loop. So it's not that, it's just that they don't really know what to do with it. Some guys make it past, and they learn to adjust, but a lot of them just really don't because of the way that they were raised and their belief system about what constitutes manhood and what a relationship should be like the man should be in charge, make the most money. If he's 30, 40 years old and that's the way he's always thought that things should be, it's going to be a real challenge for him to change his mind just because he met you and likes you. So that's what you're up against. So don't look at it like it's anything against you or that it's anything bad about being a successful, educated, accomplished woman. It's nothing like that. You just dealing with, you just happen to meet a dude who's not ready. He's mentally unprepared. He don't know what to do with you. And so, they feel a little lost and confused, and they tend to, to kind of run away because they don't they don't get that ego boost that they're looking for from a woman, to be superior to her. He's not going to get that. Well, still, he knows he does. You don't have to pay. He don't have to pay the bills because you can pay the bills for him and you too, and still have some left over. So even though he might be paying them, he's not going to feel the same about paying them. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that. I just noticed that's the way that they feel. I mean, I had this guy actually tell me that's trying to tell me about websites and stuff, and I didn't even. I'm like, dude. I mean, you know how many years I've been building websites. I used to use one of the first, Microsoft Front Page and NetObject Fusion. NetObject Fusion was the first WYSIWYG web type builder where you didn't have to use code, and it came out in the '90s. Guess who had it? Guess who really knew how to use it really well? Guess whose first website, AskHeartbeat.com, was built on NetObject Fusion? I launched that site in 1997. So, I am meeting a dude in 2000 whatever, and he's trying to impress me about building a website and, telling me all the stuff he thought he knew. I was like, wow. So then I, showed him my website, and he was like, oh, I can't impress you. I said, not with that, especially because he didn't know what he was talking about. So, you know, yeah, that's it. That's it. So just realize that's what you're dealing with. It has nothing to do with you. Do not internalize it as a criticism of you being bad or not feminine enough or not desirable and all these kind of things. You just happen to meet a dude who's stuck in 1932 mentally as far as what he thinks, a relationship between a man and a woman should be. He's not ready for you. He's not qualified to be with you. And just let it go at that. I mean, he could be a perfectly nice guy, but his mentality is not going to be conducive to you uh, feeling your best and doing your best. He's going to be trying to hold you back and hold you down so he can stand on your head and neck to make himself feel like he's a big man. And unless you have some kind of magical ego and stuff that I just don't understand, that's usually doesn't work. Okay, that usually doesn't work. All right. So I'm always a smarty pants. Yes. Smarty pants are good. But that's the answer to that question. So did someone else ask a question? Lady Boss? Did I miss one? Oh, somebody Tiff. Okay. Tiff, I'm ready for your question when you ready to put it in the chat. I will read it and get my magical big brain ready to come up with an answer for you. She said she on a struggle bus. Yes, thank you. See, Lady Boss got better manners than me. So she says, thank you for your donation. I'm like, oops. That's right. Thank you, Tiff. It's good. This I like this because, you guys get your responses just right now. And I think it's good. This is a good format. I'll have a sip of wine while we wait for Tiff. Do you know? I drive up to Bevmo yesterday. And they have the door closed. You have to order online with some app or something. And then you stand out the door at the outside the door like you at a soup kitchen for the homeless. And then they bring your little box to you outside. I'm like, what kind of hell is this? Okay, here go Tiff. I met a Navy guy. Ooh. We hung out for 1 month before he left on his ship to be gone for 5 months. Our time together was amazing and mutual with no eggplant. We just fit together. My experience with a Navy man was all of those things that you didn't have. And she says, the problem is, dot, dot, dot. And we wait with anticipation to find out What is the issue? No, well, I can't say that. It depends if you trying to fall in love and stuff, but I wasn't. I was on vacation. I didn't give a shit. I can't stop thinking about him since he left last week. I'm also a divorced single mom and didn't disclose that I had a child. If he contacts me again, how can I tell him I have a kid without him? Well, I went to a corner liquor store and they were just letting people in, and that's where I bought my wine. It wasn't the brand I usually like, but I had to. I don't want to be waiting and putting in an ad on order online and stuff. You have a kid without him feeling like I was untruthful. Oh, that's an easy one, Tiff. That's an easy one because you can always say with a man about a kid, I have to determine if I like you first before I, start talking about bringing my kid into it. I mean, why would I do that? Sometimes, you have to be careful as a woman these days because some men are only interested in you because you have a child. He'll know what you mean. He'll be like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. And you say, yeah. So I call myself protecting my child. And I was going to wait and see if you contacted me again or if what we, had was just a month of fun. That's all you got to say, girlfriend. That's easy. We got to get little Tiff some game, girl. That's how you play that. I was protecting my child. I don't know you. I don't know what your motives are. Why would I go prancing out there talking about my child? And next thing you're going to know, well, what gender is it? He, she, it. What age? Can I see a picture? All this kind of stuff. You never know where people are coming from. You know what I mean? So you play it like that. And like it ain't, don't take it personal. This is all about protecting my child from what could be some unsavory dude. I don't know, we just met. And so I just was playing it by ear in the way that I thought would be best to protect my child. So no, don't take offense to it. And that's it. That's all you got to tell them. Well, they might have a whole ship boo, but I don't know. See, I'm not trying to be in love with nobody, so I don't really care what they got. It's irrelevant to me. What kind of lies they tell and all that old stuff. Candace is going into the Navy, my friend. Yeah, girl, Tiff, that's a good one. That's an easy one, girl, and that's always your cover, especially if your child's very young. It actually any age because they be after adolescent girls too. So you know what I mean. When you got a little girl, especially, you play that card until your daughter's in college, and that's all you got to do, and it'll be true. You know what I mean? If you doing your mamahood right, it will be true. So you good? Thanks, Tiff. That was a good question. Okay, so let's see. We got naturally demure up next. I've been promoted. I have responsibilities that interfering in work-life balance and leading coworkers with strong personalities who take medication. How to cope? Hmm. Well, let me tell you the approach I would take. I have taken. When I went into a situation and everybody was older than me, everybody was white, and everybody had been there. They don't care in the hood. Yeah, they do. They let you right in, and that's where I went to the hood. And so I you come into the thing. You say you're polite and kind and whatever. Introduce yourself. People to the first day or whatever. Then you call a meeting. This is what you have to do. You have to establish yourself as the authority immediately. If you do not, they tend to, have doubts. And so what you do is you call your meeting and then you sit there and you say, I want to take this opportunity to you guys go around the room, introduce yourself, say a few things about your background and this and that. So you act like you give a shit. You don't give a shit. You just like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. You might ask a couple of questions or something. You just let them talk, right? Keep this in mind. You could take notes if you want to, because the strategy works. You let them talk and everything. So people love to talk about themselves. And so, you can intersperse a few little jokes about what they say or whatever, whatever. You make it interesting. Okay, so then it comes time for you to tell the story about yourself. If you have a PowerPoint with some family pictures or something that you can show to tell your life story, you know how you got to where you are, that makes it interesting. You got, videos, you show your parents, show your siblings, show some of your previous coworkers, show yourself at your wedding, show your, whatever. You want to let them feel like you a part of their little family or whatever and that you give a shit. You really don't. But this is the game that you have to play. So then you say, I want you to, understand me and, about my background and this and that. And so they see all this and they say, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, oh, look, she was a cute little kid, this and that. You falling off the bike or whatnot, you and, crying in your crib. I mean, whatever you want to show them to make them feel like you're a human and that they connect to you. Okay. And then you say, my office door is always open. Any issues that you have, let's work together to resolve them. I ask that if you have a problem, that you don't just come and tell me about the problem. I want you to come and tell me what things that I can do to resolve the problem. This is a partnership. I'm not going to do all the work by myself. I want you to be a contributor to the solutions and help me find the solutions that will make all of you happy and make this team stronger, make us better, and make it happen faster. To do that, I need you to give me several different options that would provide a solution to the problems that you pose. But let me just say this, and this is when you drop the hammer. No, not the first day. I didn't say the first day. I said, this, you call the meeting, but the meeting is not held the first day. You call it the first day so everybody knows what's happening. Okay. This is when you drop the hammer. And so then you say with a very beautiful smile on your face, I'm going to take everything that you say into consideration. I'm going to listen to everything that you have to say because you are important to me. And I want this department, this company, this unit, whatever it is, to be better. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that that happens. But I want you to understand one thing. I'm going to listen to you, but the final decision on any and everything is mine. You will not question it. There will be no arguing about it. I'm sure that won't always be the thing that you want to hear. Sometimes, these executive decisions have to be made based on information that I can't share with you, that you don't know. But trust me, I'm making the best decision for everyone with a view to the long-term goals that this company, this organization, this unit, whatever, has, and that is my job. Thank you all for coming. Do you have any questions? No? Then, I'll see you all later. Go out and be successful. That's what you do. That's what you do. And that is at 23, I had some 40 and 45-year-old white people straight checked. They did not know what to do with my little ass. I came in there and just told them what was what and what was for and how it was going to work. And they just sat there blinking. Because I guess they expected because I was young that, they was going to be trying to run me or something. I don't know. I'm like, that Deb was never born. Not only just like that Deb never existed. This Deb right here came into the world running shit and telling people what's for. Before I could even talk, I just showed people. So that's just who I am. That's who I am. So that's how you do it. You got to, I'm telling you, you don't do it in a bitch way, though. That's what I see, unfortunately, a lot of women do. They don't feel confident. They don't feel secure. So the way they come off is like bitchy. You don't want to do that. You want to seem like, we friendly. This is cool. This is going to be cool. But let me tell you how it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool based on the coolness that I set. And y'all going to just contribute your ideas, which I may or may not listen to. Because I have information that you don't have. You might not understand why I made the decision that I did, but guess what? I'm still making it because the buck stops here. The one who's responsible is me. So I have to make a decision that's going to be the best for me. And you, of course, as well. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. White people looking at me like, what the fuck is this? 23 years old, running shit. But, yeah. That's how you have to do that. But you got to, you want to make it entertaining when you do your presentation about yourself. Make it fun. Tell jokes. make it interactive. You know, do figure out some kind of way to make it fun for them. And then like I said, if you have things that you show like the serious part of your life as well as this goofy stuff, like, like I said, like you with the baby, in the baby crib crying, "Ah!" Mouth all open. And that always makes people laugh, you know. Showed a picture of myself when I was a baby and how fat I was, and then later of me as a trainer. And it's like, can you believe this is the same person? And they were like, no, and laughing and stuff. That's you got to do it like that. So, executive of the world. I don't know, but it's just like I'm just not. I've just never been intimidated by anybody. That I just don't. I just not. And it's just real interesting. A lot of and I hate to say, a lot of women that don't really have that kind of strength. I mean, you guys here are cool. Everybody here is in an open mind, and it's not like you're intimidated by what I am. You trying to figure out how to get some of that and incorporate it into your life. And I'm here to help you in every way because I want you to be stronger. I don't want people taking advantage of you. I don't want these dudes gaming on you and hurting you and lying and twisting to you and stuff. That hurts me to you guys tell these stories about how that happens. So anything that I can give you to help you understand how to dig deep inside and be stronger and stand up more for yourself and have better boundaries and be more assertive, anything that you need from me in that direction, I will provide. I'm all about you guys being better. Okay, that's it. That's my sole goal. But this situation, a lot of times I run into women who are not. They're very envious. They get jealous and they feel even more insecure. And I'm like, lady, I'm not trying to hurt you. I was like this. This is just me. Okay. I don't know how to be nothing else. That's just who I am. And so, but they don't see it that way and they take it personally and they want to like sabotage you and backstab you and set you up and lie on you and stuff. But, by me having such good uh I understand office politics and all that. So, you can see when somebody trying to come at you like that. I put all my barriers up. And they always end up the one looking stupid, not me. Thanks, Natural. I got a tip. So this is the $5 super chat donation night where you make a $5 contribution. That's what we're calling it. It's like a little miniature, little mini fee. You pay your little $5 super chat, and then you ask a short relationship or dating in real time. That's what we do on this show. It's a great opportunity. You're welcome, Aries. You are very welcome. Okay, my cousin, you guys met my cousin Joy via the videos. That's like one of my best friends, one of the people I hang out with the most. She's a Sag. And then my other best friend, Leah, she is a Leo. So, and my other best friend is in New York, Keisha, she is Sag. So, it's like the women that I'm the closest to offline in the real world, we all fire signs and we all understand each other. Works out well. So Jim Doll, I'm taking it you must have a question. Let me have a swig while I anticipate your typing. See, half women are crazy though. The violence, this is worse than mine. One of my friends, man, that's that girl. It's a miracle she didn't have to go to jail because she tried to cut her boy. You know how they had them plastic covers, the CD covers cases come in? She slit that nigga's throat with it. I mean, she didn't get the jugular vein or nothing, but she could have. She was like, didn't even care. She was like, stabbed him with some CD case. I couldn't stop laughing. When she called the couldn't stop laughing. You a Virgo? No, I had a best friend who was a Virgo for a long time, but that kind of fizzled out. Okay, this is Jim Dawes' question. Diana, girl, yes. I wish you could do that too. Jim Dawes says, how do you feel about the very boring good morning and hey beautiful text? Absolutely hate them along with WYD. Oh my God, what is this guy? 12? Okay, thanks, TB. Hold on till I finish with Jim Dolls, okay? She next, lady boss, the TB lady. Let me scroll back up now. I got distracted. How do you feel about the very boring good morning and happy? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. We don't do that. Cause if that's, I'd be like, is that all you got? You don't have nothing intelligent to say? Hey, beautiful. That is sick at that. My name's not beautiful. And good morning. I don't know. I just hate texting. It gets on my nerves when the men text more than they call because to me that's stuff that people do who are trying to keep a distance. In my age group, that's their distance. They're not really trying to, connect with you on any real level. But amongst these younger crew, that you put a lot of stock into texting. I don't like it because it's very impersonal. You just sitting there, you're by yourself. You're not hearing the person's voice. You're not looking at their face. I mean, they can at least FaceTime you. Hey, baby, good morning. Okay, that might be okay. I might, could deal with that. But you just sending me some old words on the screen and I'm supposed to feel good about that? Nigga, keep your good morning text. I don't want that shit. And don't tell me and ask me WID either. What are you, 5? Get out of here. Pick up the phone like a grown ass man. That would get on my freaking nerves so bad. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's how I feel about it. I hope I made myself clear. I don't like it at all. And dudes, if that's all you got, you're fired. I don't want to be bothered with that. Once or twice a month, that might be okay. But that's your daily routine? That's the best that you can do? No. No. That's so tired. I mean, and it's like what they do to all, and nothing about that is unique. All the Nignogs do that. That exact same thing with exact same wording. I mean, where's that special? I don't like it. I don't want it. And the dude doing that, he's fired. He's fired. So, you demand more, Jim Doll. If that's how he's coming at you, you tell him, look, stop that. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want, that's not, that you want to talk to me, pick up the phone, you want to say good morning to me, at least FaceTime. Do something so that we connect. Words on the screen don't do nothing to me for me. And then you tell him, because that's not sexy. I'm telling you, y'all got to learn. I'd have a video where I broke that down, how you use that and why. But you got to watch it. It's like one of my old videos. So if you just scrolling through, you won't see it. You have to search for it in the search string. There's 750 something videos on here now. I am a prolific talker. And so you got to search for it. And you watch that video. That's not sexy. And see what I'm talking about, how you tell a man that whatever it is he's doing, if he cares about, keeping that part of y'all's relationship hot, he going to stop doing it immediately because he doesn't want you to think that anything that he's doing is not sexy. He wants you to be lit up every time he does something, grinning and hot. And if you see that he tell him that he's making you cool your jets and lose interest, he'll be like, oh, shoot. I don't want that to happen. And so then he'll stop. You blame Fraggle Rock. Lady Boss is crazy. Girl, you always got to see Lady Boss on her Instagram. She be snatched in the waist and having her little hips out and stuff. I'm like, ooh, get it, girl. Oh, you seen it, I knew? Yeah, I think it's good too. I think it's good. And it totally explains how you can put a man in check without cussing him out, without really saying too much. You just say them 3 words, and he knows what time it is. But them texts, that would be that's not sexy at all. That's a major turn off. Dating ass twerps. You call them a twerp, Sue? God, I haven't heard that word in a long time. Okay, so who is next? I know Lady Boss talking about Fraggle Rock. That is hilarious. Okay, TB, you're up next. What's your question? Naturally demure, didn't I answer your question already? Yes, I did. I was telling you how you got to go in and talk about setting up the meeting and all that stuff to take control. That was you that I was answering. TB's up next. Okay, there's her question. I am 33 in Atlanta. Girl, let me sprinkling my holy water. I've done all the dating, online, workplace, never again, and even being hooked up by family and friends. What are some different ways to find companionship? There's slim pickings. Well, is there some reason why at 33 you have to, and a single woman who's heterosexual, that you have to live in Atlanta? To me, that is the worst possible place to be if you want to find a man for companionship and or love and or marriage. I don't know. It just seems like dust central. Because there's only certain kinds, you can only get the certain kind of people that are in that certain, area. I mean, that's your, what they call it, your fishing pond. Your fishing pond is full of throwback fish. So to say, well, where can I meet these people? It's like you can meet them pretty much everywhere, but what kind of quality of men are you going to be meeting? That's the thing that's so bothersome. You have a son. Well, how old is the son? Why can't you? I have a son and my whole support system is here. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, go back naturally to Muir. Girl, I talked for like a long time. Where was you about that? But it's on the video. You can hear it. I don't know, TB, because I'm telling you, as long as I've been doing what I've been doing, which is almost 30 years now. Uh, what year is it? Okay, we got 2 years and it'll be 30 years. I've never heard a woman have anything good to say, not one time, about the men in Atlanta. Not once. So, I mean, I've been there twice and couldn't wait to leave. So I haven't, the last time I've been there was in the early 90s. I just can't, I just didn't see anything there that I liked. So it's just very, yeah, and it's just like not only age, but I mean, just like these DL people and people confused and I mean, just all kind of stuff. I mean, I just don't see you finding this odds of you finding somebody that's going to be a right for you and be into you in that fishing pond are very very slim. Not impossible, but slim, especially when you have to factor in that you have a little boy that you got to protect. That means you got to be extra diligent because I told a story about this dude. You think his father, the dad? Okay, see, that's what I mean, girl. I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm struggling here because you're young and you of course want to have some companionship. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the environment that you're in and the risk that if you bend your rules even a little bit, that will be placing on your health and future as well as that of your child is so high that I don't know if it's really worth it right now to be like, in a relationship. I mean, just like go out casually, have drinks with somebody, go to dinner or something, and then that's it. I mean, can you be the one day queen like your friend here? That's how I was when my daughter was little. I wasn't trying to be in no relationship with nobody. After her daddy died, mm-mm. Cause I told y'all, you might not have heard this, cause this is a new name, but let me just give her the highlights of the dude that I met at a Chamber of Commerce meeting. Gave him my card. We had an interesting conversation, right? That night he calls me. Now I'm home now, right? My daughter's running around in the background. We just talking just regular, but once he heard the voice, he perked all up. Got nigga found all kind of juice and was all lively and shit. Oh, you have a child? Uh, and I was like, yeah. Oh, is it a boy or a girl? A girl. So see now my spidey senses is ringing, right? Tiff, listen to this, Tiff, honey. Let me tell you, this is a true story, and this happened to me. My daughter was like, I don't know, 8, 9 years old at the time. It was a couple years after my husband had died. But this is a true story, and this I want Tiff to hear this so she understands why I'm struggling with giving her an answer and trying to push her out to do anything. And this is at Chamber of Commerce, established business people, business owners in the city of Oakland, people with like history and political connections and stuff that you would think makes sense to be acquainted with, right? I want to frame this so you understand where I'm coming from. This nigga. Okay, so I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, and then he says to me, oh, he want to know how old she is and all this stuff. And I'm like, why are you asking me all this question? Oh, well, I'm just, because I really like kids. And, I just want to tell you, if you ever want to go out and you need somebody to watch her, let me know. I had just met that man that morning, and I'm supposed to leave my little baby girl with you? By herself, unprotected, just because you say you want to babysit my daughter? See, I know y'all know that I cuss, but you haven't even heard me go off like I went off. Like he was every kind of profanity I could think of, plus some I probably made up. And I told him, and I better not see you at no more Chamber of Commerce meetings too, because I'm gonna tell everybody what you said to me and what you was trying to do. Well, I said, no, 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 no. You think I'm stupid? I know what you are. You a pervert. And I said, I'm gonna bust your ass. You show up. I swear, I'm gonna get up on the microphone. I'm gonna read you like a book. I threatened him like that. He never, ever showed up again, as long as at least while I was going. But you know how it's a couple of women I told that to? Oh, that's so nice. He likes kids. And I'm thinking, you're a dumb bee. You're stupid. You don't even understand what was happening there. How he don't even know me. But he want to be alone with my child for hours and hours while I'm off somewhere with some women? Yeah, it's scary. This is, I'm telling you, this is a true story. So, Tiff, I'm just really struggling with this because of the history of the women that I've met from Atlanta that dated there, that even got married there, the stuff that they say about the men there. I mean, the stuff the single women share about the men there. I just really don't see that as a place for a single heterosexual woman to find a man that is normal. I just don't. It's like the water is polluted. The dating pond is polluted there. Now, if you can find somebody that maybe lives a state or so away, not too far, you could drive. Y'all get together every once a month or something. Your family watch your son. You drive over to dude drive over to you. Y'all have a good time, spend a weekend together, something like that. But I'm like, somebody, I don't know, Florida or, somebody in Mississippi or where's people by Atlanta? I don't know, whatever. My mind's getting fuzzy because I'm so mad. But this, that would be something to consider. That would be something to consider. But whatever you do, make sure that you always protect your son. Protect your son. You grew up there your whole life? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just really struggling. And usually I'm not at a loss for words, but I'm just in my mind. I'm kind of flipping through the Rolodex of people that I've talked to from there, and the answers and the questions that have come in over the years. There were the women were in Atlanta. Not one of them is good. Not one. So even my personal friends, they was happy. They got married. They found a husband. They thought they was in love, and then all that stuff happened. All this dramas happened. Yeah, but her whole support system, he's there. He's kind of young right now. She would have to wait. He's only 8. She'd have to wait until he got, like to be a teenager. And then she could move away and, he could kind of watch himself. But right now, she needs that support and he needs that support. And that could be the only thing that I could recommend for you, girlfriend. You look for somebody in another location. And then don't be looking for it to be like no magical love affair. Just don't have those expectations. Just look for a friend, okay, and keep them away from your son. Yeah, nobody met my daughter. I had too much family. I'd park her over my auntie's house, one of my cousins or something, one of my friends, and then I do my thing, and then I go get her. She never met any of the other men I messed around with, and that's just how I preferred to do it, except for one. She met one, but he turned out to be a knucklehead too, unfortunately. But that's just how it is. You can't win them all. All right, so let's see who's next. Who's next, Lady Boss? I was running my mouth so much. So TB, I hope that um, you understand where I'm coming from with this. Look out, start looking a couple of states out, someplace you could drive with a couple of hours, and then get you a friend. That would be my recommendation. Nobody that lives in Atlanta. Yes. Oh, so Black Princess is next. Baltimore, forget that. Don't you guys notice all the letters that come from Baltimore every week? Those people are crazy. The women cuckoo and the men are nutsos. Okay, so the next question up is Black Princess. Black Princess, type your question into the chat room, please. Where am I? Oh, Sally Kim is next. Oh, okay. Okay, Sally Kim and then Black Princess. I sorry, see? That's what I get. Where is Sally Kim? Sally Kim's question. That's what I did too, Tiana. She never saw nobody. Sally Kim is next. Yeah, let me just stay out of it. Lady Boss got this under control. I'll just say who's next. Because, see, I come in here and I'm messing stuff up. Sally Kim is next. So we're waiting for Sally Kim's question. And then we'll answer that. Sally Kim, where you at? Lady Boss be rolling. She be knowing what's happening. Well, if she don't respond soon, I'm going to just read one of these backup questions. Okay, there she is. I was with a guy for 3 years. I'm 37. He's 41. Okay. Old enough to have know some stuff. But he wasn't close to proposing. 3 years. Okay. And he had issues with intimacy slash letting people get close to him because of past hurt. So I broke up with him. And I've been single now for a few months. He now wants to get back together, saying that he fixed his problems and wants me to give him another chance. Hmm. Did he now? Is that it? Was that the end of it? Okay. Oh, but I'm doubtful. What do you think? Okay. I can tell you this is how you handle Mr. Thing. You say, oh, let's just say his name is, I don't know, Ty. Ty, I've spent 3 years with you. I don't want it to be 4. I don't want to waste any more time, although it was wonderful and stuff, but there's a certain part of my life that I'm ready to move on to. and I just wasn't convinced that you were ready. Now we broke up so I could find that. Now you're saying that you are, and you fixed those problems. Okay, so let's have a conversation about that. And this is where you get them. So you say, so what did you perceive? Now you don't. This is very important, Sally Kim. This is very important. You do not feed him the answers. And this is a mistake a lot of women make. So you want to be talking. Here you go. Oh, did you correct the issues with intimacy? And are you ready to hug and kiss me without this and that, blah, blah, blah? So you're giving him the answer, right? So he's going to say, oh, yeah, yeah. I did all of that. That's not how you do it. You have to turn Perry Mason on him. So you just say, okay, well, what is it that you perceived were the problems in our relationship? And then you shut up. You don't talk anymore. You sit back and you let him answer what he perceives about. Your job here is to assess what he thinks he has solved and how he solved it and what he's going to do in the future to make sure that those problems don't crop back up. That's all you're supposed to be doing here. You let him talk. Okay, you shut up. Most women want to blab and talk too much. Well, okay, that's you, but you don't tell him that. Okay? This is the key. You can tell me, but you don't say a word to him. You are going to say to him, what did you perceive as the problems in our relationship that would cause me to leave after 3 years with you? And then you go this, you don't say nothing else. You let him talk. If he doesn't give those answers that you gave, then you know he's on some bullshit. But even if he doesn't, you still continue because I want you. This conversation is important because you have to understand, you have to know that I want you to feel good about either going back to him or feel good about leaving and closing that door all the way. You see what I mean? This is a necessary conversation that you need to have. So then you're going to say, um, so he's going to say, well, it was this, and that, blah, 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 blah. Or he might say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, either that, then the conversation's over. But if he does give you some answers and they're part of what you say here, then you say, okay, that sounds really good. So what is it that you did exactly to address those problems? Walk me through it. Share with me how you address the issues. Okay, and then you do this, and then you let him talk. And then you say, oh, okay, I get it. Well, can you tell me how is it that you seemed unwilling to address those problems before? What was preventing you from taking a look at those things when you saw that it was a problem before it made us break up? And then and then you let him talk. And then you say, okay, I see. That's interesting. Well, can you tell me if these problems crop back up, these are other problems crop back up that, may push us apart. How do you plan to resolve them before they reach the level that these did and pushed us apart? I would like to know, what you plan to do differently if we get back together. And then you let them talk because you do this again. Now, if you can't remember what I said, then you go back and listen to this video and you write those questions down because you're going to ask those exact questions. And then after you say them, you're going to shut up. You're not going to try to explain, provide options, multiple choice question, none of that. You're going to shut up and let him talk. Let him talk. This is what most women just don't know how to do that. They just want to just talk and just fill up the empty silence. And guide him and lead him and all this old stuff. You don't do that. This was his problem that caused the relationship to break up. It's going to be his problem to fix it. And you let him do that by being quiet. Okay? Don't say nothing. Listen. That's your job, to listen. And then after time he finished, say, well, that was a lot of information. I really appreciate you sharing with me. It means a lot that you devoted this much time and energy to it. I have to think about it. That was a lot of information. Give me a couple of days to think about it. What I would do with all this that you told me. And, we'll talk in a couple of days. And you buy yourself some time. You may decide that, what he was on is some bullshit and you're not interested, in which case you can tell him that after a day or two. Or you may decide that, the man has finally grown up and become the man that you always wanted him to be, and it took losing you to make him wake up. That happens sometimes too. In which case you can feel confident that the man that you're going back to is see he finally gets it. Okay? But until you had this conversation I just walked you through, then you're not it would be stupid to go back because they all gonna say they changed and fixed stuff because they want you back. You know, they what's what they want. Jim Doll is funny. So that's my recommendation. Okay. So who's next? Who's the next person? Yeah, it's $200 advice, but I only charge $5 because I want everybody to get some. You're welcome, Sally. Then, like I said, go back and listen. Write the questions down and remember, that's all you say. Don't ask no questions. Don't you augment it with no extra words. You practice being quiet. This is the time for you to, to be still and listen, to let this man tell you what he's done and how he's a new man. And you can determine if he's on some bullshit or not. I don't say nothing. I just be looking at men most of the time. And just in my mind, I'm plotting their demise because they always been on some bullshit. Okay, so she says, I have a sister who is engaged to a man who does not have a job and does not want to work for nobody. They have a baby on the way, and I'm the one who's supporting the baby while he shops for himself. What? Wait a minute. She's engaged. He don't have a job. He don't want to work for nobody. They have a baby on the way. Okay, so is this a question? Am I the one who's supporting the baby, or you are the one supporting the baby while he shops for himself? I'm unclear. Please clarify that for me, because either that's two different answers depending on which one of those is your exact question. So we're taking questions tonight. You got an advice question. Pay your $5 super chat donation and get your question answered right here, right now, in real time. That's what we're doing tonight on this Thursday night here on the Debsterism channel. Um, you know, I've answered, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 questions by now. I'm saying I'm trying to understand, is she Black Princess, are you the one supporting the baby? Or are you asking, is he expecting you to support the baby? I'm a little unclear. So can you, let me know which one of those that is. See, I'm with you, Princess Z. I'm with you. Black Princess, please explain what you mean it better. Because whichever one of those is going to be a slightly different answer based on what you say. But I guess I could start by saying, based on what you say, I'll finish up. But I'm going to say this. What's wrong with your sister? Has she lost her mind? Why did she not get an abortion? You don't have a baby by an unemployed, don't want to work for nobody dust bucket. That is the stupidest thing anybody could ever do as a woman. You're supposed to have a baby by somebody who can. You will be supporting the baby. No, you're not. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Because, see, what that is that's codependent. Somebody else goes out and fucks up their life, and then here you are with your cape on coming in to save the day. You're not going to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to tell your sister and her dust bucket boyfriend, I don't look for me to do shit for your baby. Y'all the ones up there fucking making that goddamn baby. You're going to be the one paying for it. If you don't want to pay for it, then you need to figure out a way to put it up for adoption. Don't look for me to do shit. Now you might not mean it. You might hurt your soul to have to say those words, but I'm telling you, that's what you need to say to them. Because right now they're being very irresponsible, and you the one codependently stepping in to take care of some mess that's not yours. That's not how you live your life, girlfriend. And if you set that peer precedent up, your sisters watch her have baby number 2 and 3 and 4, and you're gonna feel responsible for those too. This is some shit you got to stop right now. Stop it. So you tell her, you better go down there and get on welfare. You better get you a job, and you need to go down there and file child support on him so they'll make him get one too, because they will make him get a job. Oh boy. So it's the kind of thing, or they put you in jail because you ain't paying. So there's all kind of ways you can play this without you stepping up to support a baby that you didn't fuck to make. Okay, that's just ridiculous. Don't even think like that. That's not your cross to bear. You didn't make the baby. It's not your responsibility. Well, you don't tell him that he needs to get a job. You just tell him, well, I don't know what y'all gonna do, because don't look for me to feed that baby or take care of it by nothing. You better figure it out, just like you figured out how to fucking make that goddamn baby. So you and your brother need to get together and be steady on this and say, no, we're not doing anything. Our money is our money. Your lack of it is, you people like that who don't have no money, you shouldn't be screwing, because you're going to make a baby and you don't have no way to take care of it. And you're going to be looking for other people to step up and take care of your responsibility. No, 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 no. Tell her to take her happy ass down to welfare and get on it, and for him to do something too. But make sure they understand that don't look for you to do nothing. You got to take that step, Black Princess. I know it's hard. I know it's going to hurt your soul. You're going to feel like this is family. Family takes care of family. I understand. I heard all them dragon drama stories 9 million times before. But I'm telling you, if you don't take a strong stance right now, she's going to have 2 or 3 or 4 more kids, and thinking that you and all the extended family members are supposed to step up and take care of her kids. And she's going to be like, well, you did it before, so why won't you do it now? So you have got to put your foot down and stop, right? Stop her right now. Make her life hard. Make her suffer, and him too, for being stupid and irresponsible. Don't make life easy for them. That's what codependents do. Okay? It is very ridiculous. He don't want to work. You don't want to work, you don't get no pussy. That's the way it's supposed to be. Men with no job shouldn't be screwing. And women who see that the men don't have no job shouldn't be like, no. Until you got a job, we ain't doing shit. You don't have no income. You're like a child. I'm not doing anything with somebody's kid. See, that's how you squelch that. And then they can't reproduce. Exactly. Napsule said it too. Change your number if you have to. She's probably like in shock right now, because if this, especially because I don't remember seeing that name before. So this might be her. Maybe we did. I don't know. But it might be, one of her first times hearing my kind of advice. But I'm telling you, what I'm telling you, Black Princess, is to save you. You're the one who is in the trouble right now. Okay, because you're wavering and you're about to step into a quicksand pit where you're going to be taking over responsibility for some baby that's not yours. That's not your job. That's your sister's responsibility. And if she can't do it, then she needs to get her tubes tied and not have ever any more children. And then that baby can go up for adoption. Because people always want to adopt a newborn. They always want a baby, but they don't want older kids. So the idea, the likelihood that the child could get adopted by some doctor or nurse or something, some people that can't have children, is very high. So I wouldn't worry about that. Newborn babies, they get snatched up quick. Yeah, see what I mean? And you want to step into that and save her from the stupid decision that she made to have a child with that? Don't you dare. I'm going to find you. If you do, I'm going to beat your ass. That is so crazy to me. This guy is useless. Yeah. This don't make no sense, this girl. This is Woo, this sister, man. Ooh. Yeah, please do that, Black Princess. Come on now, practice. Listen to this and get your words together. And then Come on, you got to be strong about this. It's called tough love. That's what it used to be called anyway, at least in the 90s. It's called tough love, where you have very clear boundaries about what you will and will not do, and how you will not let yourself be used. You will not let yourself be inconvenienced. You will not step in and take responsibility for grown people who make stupid decisions and need to suffer the repercussions of those decisions. That's the reality of life. If you did some dumb shit, nobody who would be there to save you from it. You see what I mean? So you got to realize that you can't save your sister from this. You got to just let her hit the bottom. And she'll get up, and then she'll realize that she was stupid. And in fact, that if she suffers repercussions now, it'll save her from making more stupid decisions later, because she'll have to suffer. But if you come in saving her with your cape on and she doesn't suffer any consequences, she's going to keep doing the same shit over and over and over. Because by then it's going to be fun. Well, nothing happened. My sister did everything. My sister saved me. And then she's going to dump kid 2 and 3 and 4 on you. And then you're going to be writing me back saying, Deb, I should have listened. Oh, my God. Yeah, he a big old Dusty. Yeah, I want Black Princess to save herself from this nonsense. Okay, who's next? Who's the next victim? The next victim on the hit parade. Did somebody else put something else? Yeah, Tish, I mean, that's what's in her future if she don't stop this now. Man, I mean, I told my own daughter don't be looking for me to take care of shit. I mean, she even take care of the turtles. I don't want no reason. I took care of you. I'm done. I don't want to do nothing. I'm just like, I just want to be free. And to live the rest of my life as an irresponsible child. Because man, I'm telling you, that's good, Black Princess. Pack your shit and move to another state. Just fly in and visit them every once in a while. Yeah, that's good, T Bing. But it's good that your brother is stepping in to, help your son, learn manly things. That's what uncles are supposed to do. So that's a little bit different. Exactly. Tell her. Bruce just trying to give you some peep you some game. Anybody? Is there another question? If not, let me read the because these people paid their $5 in advance. Let's move on to question number 2. Is anybody else? Let me know. For about 2 or 3 months now, I've always been walking by an office window where a very cute man sits. Ooh, this sounds like my kind of story. Notice how I perked up. We have always stared at each other, but recently he has started to smile. Last week, when I was walking home, I passed his office as usual. I saw him in the window, and he raised his hand and waved at me. I know it's difficult to say with this little information provided, but would you consider this flirting or pure friendliness? I know nothing about this man, but his presence still excites me. Yeah, I love shit like that. It's like mystery and intrigue, and you can fantasize and all this stuff. Now, see, don't get too carried away though, because you don't know what dude's agenda is or what's his story. Is he married? He just, what I mean? You don't know anything, so don't get too excited. But it is still a fun kind of, way to pass the time. So, what you could do, um, next time he raised his hand and waved, well, okay, did you wave back? Or did you just be like shell shocked and then run and write me a letter? What you do? You could just wave back, do the Princess Di wave. You know, Ooh, bunny ears behind your ears. I mean, I don't know. I'm silly though. I do crazy stuff, and I would do stuff like that. As I walk by to make him laugh. And just keep doing stuff like that. And then one day you're gonna go back, and then he's gonna be outside because you walk by at the same time every day, right? Coming from work, he's gonna be outside, and then you can talk. And you'd be like, "Hi, mystery man. It's good to meet you finally. What's your name?" And then he'll tell you. And then that'll be that. And then y'all can go from there. But this is cute. This is the cute meet. But don't just be like all scared and stuff. Next time, Wayne, I'm telling you, I'm crazy because I would have been like, I got close to his window, and I would do that. You know how they used to do in the cartoons where they do that little dance where you go by, I would do something like that, or I would skip. I would do something more entertaining and energetic so that every time I went by, it would be a different experience for both of us. He's in the office, so he can't be joining you on the different experience tip, but you can do that part. Okay. But that would be fun, and it's for me. Whether he was ended up being married or whatever his story is, it still would be something fun to do. So like I said, don't I caution you. Don't put too much on it until you find out what the deal is with dude. What's wrong with this stupid? The internet is all messed up because everybody's working at home because of all these shelter in place things. So the internet has been really bad for everything. All right. So, any other questions? Did anybody else ask a question? I guess not. Okay, so I have one more where the people prepaid before the show using PayPal. So, oh, let's talk, Miss. Okay, so you got a question. This isn't an advice question. I just want to hear you say something funny. What is one of the most dustiest pickup lines you've ever heard or you ever gotten? Oh, I still remember because it was so freaking dusty. Just like, what year was this? Sometime in the 80s. I was in college. Now, this was so dusty, I couldn't even laugh because, Robin, girl, you know what I'm talking about. I remember the music and everything. I used to watch way too many cartoons. But Jim Dahl, let's talk, Miss Girl. Let me tell you what this man says to me. So I'm at this party, right? And he was not cute at all. So, he's like, hey, hey. I'm like, oh, what? And then he tells me, because, had like some little spandex mini skirt thing on. I mean, I was a little college student. I had a cute little shape in them days. So had this little mini skirt on and little high heels and whatnot. And I walked by him, and this clown tells me, you got to spread like the Ponderosa. Now, some of you might be too young because you don't even know what the Ponderosa is because you never watched uh, the show with Hoss and little whatever name is, Little Joe and all of them. You never watched that show. Bonanza. That's what it was called, Bonanza. A really long running Western type show. It was on for years. And their ranch was called the Ponderosa. So this guy is looking at my butt as I walk by, and he tells me that I have a spread like the Ponderosa. And you see, I still remember because I was like, this. They hadn't even invented the term face palm yet, but that was a face palm moment. Shut up, Ash. I'm telling you, I just never forgot it. That was thank you for bringing back that sick and twisted memory. Let's talk, Miss. Oh my God. That was so stupid. Just, I should have turned, if I had have known the term, been using that term dusty then, I would have said, and you dusty as the Ponderosa. Nigga. Oh my God, I'm telling you. Uh, I don't even know what else to say. Yes, they are. I have to show you guys something because I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. Okay. This guy that I know on a professional level says, oh, give me you know, your cell phone number. I'm going to send you something. And so he sends me, let me see if I can get this up here so you can see it. I was like, no, you can't even see. It's not showing. It's not doing right. I'll have to post it on the community wall. That's what I'll do. I'll get it off my phone and post it on the community wall because it has too much green in it. So the part that's green is blurring into my background. So that's not gonna work. My green screen and this are the same color. So that's not gonna work. Well, I will put it in. But basically I'll just give you the highlights. What it does, it shows a woman on her back in the bathroom with the, you know how them hand dryers where it blows the air instead of paper towels? Yeah, she's on her back and she's letting the air dryer blow air on her coochie. And so then it says, if you walk into the ladies' room, mind your business because y'all bought up all the toilet paper. And he sent this to me. This is a professional contact saying, oh, you think this is funny. I'm still waiting to laugh because that's very inappropriate to send someone that's not your personal friend. And I'm like, wow. I'm just trying to think, what am I going to say to him? I'll think of something after the show. So, out of all the things that you could have sent that were funny, you chose that? I think it's inappropriate too. But I'm trying to think of how, I'm going to tell him, I'm still waiting to laugh. And then when I see him, I'm going to say, don't send me so stupid stuff like that. Ain't no testing the waters. No. No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to send him back and say, not funny. That's what I'll do because he thought it was funny. I'm like, this is so stupid. What are you, 5? Come on, dude. This dude is like in his 40s. I'm like, oh my God, man, it's like black people just never grow up. There's always something about some cooch or some eggplant. It just never stops. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not laughing. I just looked at it. And, it has like a bunch of those rolling, laughing emojis on it, with the tears coming and it's rolling to the side. I'm just like, but I really don't think I'm going to say too much because this is someone that I'm going to have to still continue to have a professional affiliation with. Yes. But, people get educated and all of that, like me. I'm a hood rat on the inside. I admit it openly. But I still have a way of, carrying myself that I'm not going to be crossing boundaries unless it's warranted. Like I could be professional with you all day long and use my 10-syllable words and all kinds of stuff. Talk about politics, talk about art, talk about philosophy, talk about music, talk about travel, talk about, a wide variety of things, science, all kind of. I'll talk about everything in the world because I love to read. I have a vast store of knowledge in this big head. However, if you cross a boundary, I'm going to forget all of that and I'm going to go back to Fillmore and I'm going to cuss you out. And that's just the way it is. So, I just will revert to my roots and just act a fool right quick. And then be like, pop my collar, fluff my hair, and going back to being the professional. No, I'm going to respond. Tara, you should know me better than that. I don't leave no ends untied. That's not my style to do that. Because then they be like, well, did you get it? Then they come bugging the fuck out of you. So it's like, did you get it? Well, maybe she didn't get it. Maybe I'll just send it again. No, I don't do that. Don't respond thing. That's too passive. I'm going to respond, and I'm going to respond in a choice way, but I have to decide what that's going to be, and I haven't made that decision yet. But nah, don't ever think Deb's not going to say nothing. Yes, I'm a fancy hood rat. Because I point my pinky when I drink my Coke 45. Ah, replace him with a contact? Probably, but that'll take time. Nah. Now, Deb always going to respond. Because I want him to understand that I got it. I know what he was trying to do, and he failed. Okay, that we need to shut that door. I don't want no door unopened or no questions unanswered. No, all my stuff is in storage. My cousin had suggested that, but I got to drive down to Hayward and dig in that thing and go in there and stuff. It's probably knowing me, it's in the back. So I got to pull all that stuff out. And I tell you guys I was on crutches, and now I have to kind of walk with a cane. I'm still limping because my knee. I might have to get surgery on my knee. My knee is fucked up. So I was on crutches for a month. I never told you guys, but yeah, I was jacked up. I messed myself up in January on some stairs, wet stairs. It was a bad, bad, bad scene. Ugh. So I'm still kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen. I go back to the doctor on the 7th, and they'll give me the news. I had a cortisone injection, but I don't know. I don't think it's really doing too much. So this has to be, um, it's going to have to be interesting. I was a super fat baby. I mean, I looked like a little Buddha. I was just fat rolls everywhere. It was crazy. But once I got up moving around, I slimmed down, and I was a very athletic, like super slim runner. Athlete fighting with my brothers and stuff. And then I went and became a trainer, so I still had the athletic, more of an athletic build. And now I'm just fat and old, so. Oh well. But yeah, I'll try. Yeah, at some point I'll pull them pictures out and put together a little slideshow to show you guys of the heat I used to pack and why I was able to have so many like one date. It was a one date wonder. Yeah, I was just like a little baby buffalo, just ridiculous. So let's see. Did I miss somebody? Is everybody done? Oh, Princess Z. She said, "What's Princess Z? Did you have a question? Did I miss it? I'm scrolling through." Princess Z, I guess you're gonna be the last question of the night. What you got? What you got for us? Well, I guess she can't be the. But while you think about it, let me read this one. This is the last one. These people already paid. I have an obsession with someone I work with for over 10 years now that I must get over. And he says finding a new job is not an option. For the past 2 years, we've done the dude twice, but she says she has no chemistry with me. She's seeing another dude and going to the Bahamas with him. She knows I'm upset and says she's sorry I'm hurting and she wishes she could be with me because she knows I would treat her good, but she's just not attracted to me. She is not doing anything malicious. She just wants to find love. But I end up getting hurt just the same. What should I do? You should change jobs. That's what you should do. And you say find a new job is not an option. It has to be. Because otherwise you're going to stay in a situation unless she leaves. But if you stay there and she's still there and she's dating other people, you're going to keep looking at it and getting yourself hurt, hurting your feelings. I mean, that's something you're choosing to do to yourself, sir. In 2 years, 10 years, you could have obviously found another job, or over the last 2 years, you've done the do twice. But she says she has no chemistry with you. Why would you not change jobs so that you can help get over this obsession? You want to say it's not an option? Well, obviously it needs to be. It's not her responsibility to worry about your feelings being hurt about her living her life when she's already told you that you're not the man for her. She don't have no chemistry and she's not attracted to you. I mean, well, how much more do you want it to be? How much clearer do you want her to be while you keep hanging on, hanging on, hanging on, and hurting yourself over and over and over? My suggestion is that you start immediately putting your resume out and finding someplace else to work so you don't have to see her In the meantime, be sure to block her on your phone and social media so that she's living her life separately from you. That's what you need to do. Yeah, he is. But see, these are the kind of dudes, she's just living her life. She already told him, and she's just doing her thing, and he gonna be tripping and acting like, she's hurting him and stuff. Even though intellectually he understands that she's not being malicious. She already told him she's just doing her thing because she's a single woman trying to find a relationship. He's the one who keeps hanging on, hanging on, hanging on. I'm talking about finding a new purchasing property in another city and commuting to work via public transportation. I know outside of the Bay, I can get a bang for my buck. What do you think? Do it. Factor in, though, the commute costs into your monthly expenses because I know people that commute from as far away as Sacramento and Stockton into Oakland and San Francisco. I don't know how they do it, but they do it every day. That wouldn't be me. I can barely stand it. Let's see, I had a job and it was about, I don't know, like on a good day with no traffic, it took me maybe 15 minutes to get there. And if there was traffic and it took me 30 minutes, do you know I had the nerve to have an attitude? I was put all the way out and be mad as hell that it took me 30 minutes to get to work. There's people that spend an hour and a half on the freeway to try to get to work. 2 hours. That would never be me. But if you can make it work, princess, and you buying a house and whatnot, you invested, you put down some roots, and you young, so you can do that, you know. Via public transportation, okay, so you're gonna take the train or whatever. But figure out how much all that costs, right? And so that when you figure out your mortgage and your insurance and your car payments and your car insurance and your PG&E and your all the to your cable and all this stuff, figure out factor that cost in as well to make sure that you're still comfortable. You might have to bring your lunch every day. Nothing wrong with that. I prefer that anyway because I like to eat like my cooking. I don't know what the people. I be looking at this stuff and people have some weird sanitation habits. I'm weird like that. But that's why I would never get coronavirus because I'm just like, I'm not touching nothing. I'm not eating nothing. Don't stand too close to me. I don't want you. Get away from me. And so, just make it work for you. If you got to cut out cable, so like I did, I don't have no cable in my house. You know what I pay for? My Netflix and the internet. And I use the internet for this, and then I use it for Netflix, and that's it. I don't watch TV. I figure if I need to watch something on TV, I watch it at somebody else's house. They want to pay that high ass cable bill because that ain't me. I'm not doing that. So yeah, girl, do it. Do it. Make sure, like if you have, at your job, if you have those transportation benefits where they take it out of pre-tax income, take advantage of that. And if your job offers any kind of subsidy with commute costs, take advantage of that. Look at every single option that you can take advantage of to help cover them costs. Mm-hmm. See, Lady Boss, y'all young. You have that kind of energy. I might have a heart attack and die on the freeway. I'm old. I can't be doing that. But yeah, I know a lot of people that did that. From, Davis, Stockton, Sacramento, and every day. They did it every day. I don't know how they did it. So don't Yeah, BART is super expensive. Because they have like those commute van things and all kind of other options you might want to look into. But if you can, girl, you're gonna buy you some property in California, do it. Do it now before like right now it's kind of things are kind of a little depressed. You probably could get a good deal on your on your mortgage rates, and prices are kind of a little bit lower, a little depressed because they know people are losing jobs, and they like want to unload these properties. So by the time this COVID shelter in place thing is over, some prices might be a little drop. So you might get a really good deal. So I wish you the best, and I hope that works out for you. I knew it's weird though. I love to drive. I love being on the freeway for 4 hours a day. See, that couldn't be me. I have a TV, but it only shows Netflix. The only reason I want it because sometimes I get tired of watching on my phone and I want a big screen, and so it's on my TV. I have a Roku because I don't have one of them modern TVs where it's all. Well, yes, I do, but it's still in the box. I brought it to having a New Year's special, what they call it, Black Friday or whatever. Yeah, see, TV. I haven't had cable since it's been about 12 years, maybe longer. But anyway, you guys, that is, I guess, the conclusion of our $5 show for the night. You guys had some really interesting, very interesting questions tonight, and I hope that my answers will help you come up with some, solution. At least start you on the path to resolving the issues that you have. We have another show coming up on Tuesday. I may be able to slide in here on the weekend. I don't know yet. I have a lot of stuff to do. That's why we're not doing the Friday show. I have some senior relatives that need some attention with all this shelter in place stuff. They need, people to come and cook for them and clean up, and I mean, they need some help. So I'm going to be busy doing that over the weekend. So that's why I can't be with you as much as I will miss you. Got to take care of the old folks, and then, but I might be able to be back on Sunday and do a pop up. If not, then I will see you on Tuesday when we do the What the Fuck Tuesday relationship advice questions. If you have a question, be sure to use the link below in the description of this show. Click it and submit your advice question for What the Fuck Tuesday. And I will see you all, you lovely, lovely people. I always enjoy you. And we'll see you again either on Sunday, if I can make it, or on Tuesday, if I can't. You guys enjoy yourselves. Talk to you later. Bye bye.